TV at www.radio.tv, Alcoa, Maryville.
Welcome back to Bollies in Maryville. This is Mike Edwards along with the rest of our broadcast crew. This past Tuesday, the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes defeated Anderson County 52-37, and in the contest, Katie Bean performed a feat that is not done very often, the triple-double. She scored 17 points, pulled down 10 rebounds, and blocked 13 Lady Maverick shots. The 13 blocks is now an Alcoa Lady Tornado record. She also had a steal and 3 assists, and for her outstanding performance, Katie Bean is our Tyler Brothers Farm Equipment Player of the Week. And joining us now are Stan Painter, the sports voice of WBCR, and Katie Bean of the Alcoa Lady Tornadoes. Katie, on Tuesday night you had a triple-double performance. When were you aware that you had accomplished that feat?
Not until after the game.
And what was the feelings? Did you get a ball, or did you get any type of award, or what went on there in the locker room after the ball game?
Just the satisfaction of getting a win and having a great game.
You had 13 blocks in the game, which is now a school record. What's the key to an outstanding shot blocker on the women's side?
I think timing.
And you had your average in 5 blocks a game. Stan Painter, that's a pretty good job by any stretch of the imagination. That makes an offense kind of readjust, so to speak.
It does. I mean, that's almost unheard of, 13 blocks. You know, you talk about the triple-double, you're talking about assists is that third category. So 13 blocks is a lot of, I'd say a school record at a lot of schools.
Yeah. Katie, you're averaging around 10 points per game. Tell our listeners where a lot of those shots are coming from in the offense there that David Bauman has put in.
Well, he's been encouraging me to shoot more inside because, I mean, I do step out and shoot it a little bit, but mainly grabbing more offensive rebounds and getting putbacks is where I'm getting more of those points inside.
And at this point in the season, you're going down the stretch. You've got the district tournament coming up in just a few more short weeks. What's your feelings about this ball club right now, going into the stretch run? What needs to be improved or worked on to get you where you need to be in the tournaments?
I think we're a good team. I just think sometimes we get a little bit out of sync, and that hurts us a little bit. But I think if we stay in sync and play together, then we could beat anyone.
Stan Painter, you've been calling some William Blount games and associated with that over in the District 4, boys and girls. On the girls' side, Bearden seems to be the cream of the crop.
Well, yeah, they're undefeated, 9-0 in the district.
And 18-0.
18-0 overall.
Yeah, that's pretty much the cream of the crop, maybe even in the state, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, of course, they had a really good team last year, and they've got a couple of new pieces and lost a couple of pieces, but you know, I do think that they've got a 2-game lead. I think Hardin Valley's got a couple losses and Blount with 3 losses. So I think they will, you know, end up winning the district. You know, they've played Maryville twice, and they do have Blount and Hardin Valley one more time each. And, you know, Blount played them pretty close over there. I think they lost by 3 at Bearden. So that might be an interesting game.
If you're looking at overall records, Bearden, Hardin Valley, William Blount, Heritage all have pretty good overall records.
Maryville.
And Maryville. Yeah. And then you drop down to Farragut and Lenore City that's capable, and West having a tough year.
Yeah, West having a real tough year. But Lenore City, you know, they've been in a lot of close games. You know, that game with William Blount last night was pretty close. First half and even to the second half a little bit. And, you know, they played Heritage pretty close. I think Heritage only beat them by 3 the other night, last weekend. So they're the type of team you might want to look out for. Farragut doesn't have the team that they've had traditionally, but there again, they, you know, could probably
you get in the tournament.
Coach Mayfield does a really good job over there.
Katie, your team's fighting over there in Region 2, District 4 for that top spot. It looks like you and Kingston and CAK are the 3 teams right there that are really fighting it out. How do you see that league developing as we go down the stretch right here?
I think if we go 3-0 this week, because we have 3 district games this week, if we win...
And who are those, Katie?
Catholic, and then CAK, and then Scott County. So if we go 3-0 this next week, then we only have Kingston to play again. So if we go 3-0, then we will still control the district.
And of course, last night was your first district loss, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
so now that was the first half of our district games.
Yeah.
Stan, over on the boys' side in Region 2, District 4, Maryville seems to be the cream of the crop over there. They won last night. It was a close one.
They did.
But they're, I guess, probably 7-1, 15-2.
Right.
Now over there on that side.
And they're done with Bearden. They had another close game with Bearden on Tuesday night. They beat Bearden. And so they're done with Bearden, and of course Bearden's the only team that beat them in the district, and so I do think that Maryville will end up being the number 1 seed, and it's going to be kind of like the girls' side. That number 2 seed is you got 3 or 4 teams. You got Bearden with actually Hardin Valley sitting there with 2 losses. Bearden's got 3 losses. Bearden's probably got as good a talent as anybody, but they're so young. Majority of their team are sophomores. And then, of course, West is right in there and with 3 losses as well. William Blount with 4 losses. So, I mean, it's going to be a battle for number 2. And, and the reason I say number 2 is because the way that district tournament's set up, 1 and 2 get those automatic buys all the way into the semifinals, which puts them in the region. So you don't have to play that elimination game where you could get I could see a Heritage Boys team upsetting somebody. I could see, even Lenoir City could probably.
Or Farragut.
Farragut, yeah, right there. So I think that number 1 and number 2 on both sides, girls and boys, it's so important to try to finish there.
Katie, you've made a commitment to Carson Newman.
Yes,
Is that correct?